just had dinner with some graduates from IU, or IU students. We'll be...
Very good, number one.
Yeah, going home, second week of work, almost finished. It's been a blast. I'm starting to learn a little bit of Chinese and having some fun.
People, 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 Chilli chicken feet.
So I'm about back at John's house where I'm staying. That's his gate, and I just wanted to point out that there are goats grazing on his front lawn, I guess you could call it. And there's a sign for no cars and no car bombs.
The first assignment was to go out and film the endangered oriental crane on the coast. It was about a 2.5-hour journey east, and when we got there, the wetland was surrounded on all sides by oil fields and refineries. The air smelled terrible, and even the workers at the gas station had to wear masks. It says you smile, but there was nothing to smile about here. The air was thick with the stench of chemical pollution. How could these birds survive in the wetlands, merely meters from these plants? Oh wait, they're not. They're going extinct. The police set up a 6-cop car roadblock to try and find out what we were doing there. After an exhausting day of travel, when we got to the hotel, we found out that since we were foreigners, we needed to first register with the local police before they would let us sleep in the hotel. So we went to the police station and found out you're not allowed to register with the police for some reason. And so we had to start looking for another hotel. Keep in mind, it's almost midnight. Fancier hotel means fancier price. Now the NGO who was working to protect the birds paid for it, but still, bureaucratic red tape is a bunch of baloney. Yeah, plywood beds. In this degraded wasteland, people had actually poisoned the birds to eat them. Keep in mind, there are less of this bird in the whole entire world than there are people who went to my high school when I was there. We woke up a few hours later and headed to the wetland to start filming. Even in this internationally protected wetland, people still came out and hacked apart the reeds and plants to make necklaces and bracelets for tourists. Remember that book from when we were kids, The Giving Tree? Well, I feel like this is that scenario played out to its worst and most horrific end. It looks alright at first, but when you get down to the water, you can see it's covered in an oily film and the shores littered with dead fish. This all used to be pristine wetland, and now look at it. It looks like a moonscape. That thing is like the last truffula tree, but way more pathetic. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer, so here's some funny things we saw on a menu. Colocasia escalada shot of burning flesh. That's what I had. Then you've got assorted bacteria and wild, and finally mushroom rape.